Yes.
Understandable, should be. And then we've got the Russell Crowe film Romper Stomper from 92, and a film called Angel Baby and The Water Diviner, also Russell Crowe from 2014. So she's not had a lot of high-profile work. She's one of the few Australian actresses who didn't come through either Home and Away or Neighbours, which two massive soap operas there that are pretty big in the UK as well. I think all the numerous Hemsworths and Kylie Minogues and everything came up that route where she eschewed it. And I don't know, maybe that had an impact. Maybe she didn't get the boost. The only things from her CV that I've heard of, at least, you got the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood, which I don't know what it is, but I at least know of it. And she was in the 4400. That's a 2000s TV show about people who disappear and come back. I think that's that one. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
4,400 of them?
Yeah. Yes, about that number, I think.
I don't want to see her in anything else. She's Janice
she's
to me.
Janice Higgins.
Yeah.
Oh, that does make it sweet. I just thought she was really good. Like, I mean, I felt for her. You'll discuss this in another episode, but like, yeah, when Jim dies and everything, like, she was really, my heart broke for her. Shame, man. But like, yeah, that was pretty good acting, I thought. It was weird that she wasn't really in anything else. But hey, maybe she's like a more behind the scenes type of person. You get those two, like, not really want to be in front of the cameras and stuff.
No, you're right.
Yeah, she's due to direct something called King, a Street Story in the near future, which she's also written as well. So
there you go. Nice, good for her. I hope it's awesome.
It's just strange that amongst the principal cast, she's the only one who I didn't know the name of before looking her up for today's show.
Yeah.
Everyone else I'm more familiar with, but it's like the other guy we meet in this episode. This chapter is the boat captain, played by a guy called Christos, and he's got just as many credits. He's got a couple of lines talking about a shark. That's about it.
Yeah, she'll give you a big kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's one more thing. When he says to Russell Franklin, they don't like the taste of us much, he probably thought you were a fat seal. But that shark was coming after him. So he's like, I'm not worried about him. But that shark did make a move on him. So isn't that a little counterintuitive?
The thing is, tiger sharks it's not like they like humans and they like the taste of humans or something, but they'll eat anything. Like, I read that besides the great whites, tiger sharks have the most fatal numbers of, human attacks and stuff. So, but they also eat everything. So, cause they're very curious, like, they literally eat anything. So I think that's to kind of explain that,
Whoa. Are you saying that tiger sharks are curious like cats?
Like cats, yes, that's what I'm
tiny little tigers.
My pet. My cute little pet.
I need to get a tiger shark. I think I have room for it in my house. Get an indoor pool.
I don't think you do, Mark. I think you're fine. I don't think that would end well.
What happened to Mark?
I'm looking for a new co-host.
That's not a bad way to go down. Like, what happened to him? Well,
not a good way.
He owned a tiger shark, and his indoor pool in his house blew up, and the tiger shark got loose and just swallowed him whole.
But it's that you're causing a problem for everyone that you know who has to explain that. If that were to be how you passed, if people think of your wife, Mark. Like, Megan's going to go around. How did Mark go? I was like, well, he was eaten by a shark.
Where?
Oh, where was it? He was at home. There's so many follow-up questions. It would take us so long to explain it every time.
I think I'll be fine explaining that story if you call this shark Stud Muffin.
Yeah. That's what I name it. Mark's shark.
Little bionic.
Yeah. That's a good story right there. But you're right, though. Megan would not have a fun time explaining that. I told him. I told Mark this is a bad idea.
I knew this would happen.
Oh, it'll be fun.
He doesn't listen to me.
It'll be fun. I'd be more worried about my cats than me.
Yes, you absolutely should be. Because if it's like a fish in the water, most cats are going to try and paw at it, and then they're going to lose at least that paw. If not everything else.
All right. Yeah. You talked me out of it.
This has become quite a morbid discussion. We haven't even got to the death films yet.
What podcast is this again?
Yeah. Hey, I'll switch to something interesting. You want to know some cool trivia I found out that I just learned, and I feel like a terrible Jaws fan?
Oh.
Do it.
So that license plate's 007, and the license plate says 7273 Louisiana, and the Roger Moore movie Live and Let Die came out around that time, and it filmed in Louisiana. So 007, Louisiana 72, 73, right? That's kind of a...
I would have thought it would have gone down more the From Russia With Love route, given that Robert Shaw was in Jaws and From Russia With Love.
So they find a train in his mouth?
Oh.
They could have a Russian license plate in the shark's mouth. Maybe not.
How about both of them? Just keep pulling out. You need a Lazenby in there. Where was he at? Switzerland in there? You just keep pulling out Bond license plates out of this shark's mouth.
Eventually you just pull out Sean Connery's corpse. Well, must have got up near Scotland as well.
Blofeld's in there, the cat, all that stuff.
The tarantula.
Oh yeah,
The
alligators. Oh yeah, I love it. Just keeps pulling stuff out of that tiger shark. You know that scene in Jaws was originally 17 minutes long.
This giant pile keeps on getting bigger the more stuff they keep pulling out. It's just endless amounts of stuff falling out of that shark.
Oh,
It's like, the Mary Poppins bag of
Yes.
007 trivia.
What's happening in here?
Props.
I love it.
I feel like we can definitely do a spoof between Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, and 007.
Let's do it. Next podcast,
I
we'll make up a movie and we'll do it.
We'll make up a movie, yeah, and then we'll read it, like a table read, and we'll read people the movie.
All right, start writing and then we'll do it.
I will
I'm on
play
it.
Sean Connery. It'll be on there.
Perfect.
So could that have been the same license plate? So Hooper throws it back in on the Atlantic coast and it somehow gets into another shark. And we know sharks eat other sharks.
And again, tiger sharks eat everything. They really, they eat tires and oil cans, and they really eat everything. If you go read up on tiger sharks, they're scavengers. Yeah,
Goats.
for them to swallow a license plate, yeah, sure.
So it's the same one from Jaws?
That's what we're going with.
Wow.
Absolutely. Would they reissue the same license plate again from the same state and everything? I think it has to be the same.
It does say 72, 73.
This one in Jaws is from the front and this one's from the back.
Yeah. I mean, it says they both say 72, 73, so it's the same one.
How long can a license plate float around in the ocean? Because, plastic can be in the ocean for a very long time, so...
Wow. Maybe it got wedged into sharks, yada yada, and it was preserved.
This is an environmental message. It's saying, stuff you throw in the sea, it'll be in there in 75, it will still be in there in 99. Think about it. Think about what you're throwing away.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Just because one shark's eating it, another one could do the same thing. You're killing everything by throwing it away.
There you go.
Wow. I'm a different human being now after hearing all this.
Important message that we should all take to heart.
I have.
Stop throwing cars in the sea.
Wow.
Brought to you by Deep Blue Sea, the podcast.
Yeah.
The more you know.
And
The more you know.
That tiger shark was caught. So maybe it was distracted by the license plate in its teeth, took its eye off the prize, and got kidnapped by people after its long drive, of course. Oh, no, wait. That shark found the license plate in just a metal pile somewhere, drove, and just used it as a toothpick, and then it got stuck in its teeth, and it had to ditch the car, and then it got caught. There we go. That's it.
Yeah, that's
There we
it.
go.
The license plate in its teeth distracted it. It crashed the car. Fortunately, it was near the sea, so it kind of crashed it, tipped over, and went into the water. So it was actually a lucky break for the shark. It's what it wanted to happen anyway.
And then
Just not quite as dramatically.
Some fishermen were around and were like, all right.
And then they caught it and they took it. So immediately, as soon as it fell in the water, it was captured. So this shark drove all that way. It learned how to drive, and it drove all that way, all the fillets of the tank, just to immediately crash into the water and be carted off to Aquatica and be fed to 3 other big sharks. It's a tragic tale.
This is so sad.
Why did Carter take that license plate off? Is he worried about his Makos eating the license plate?
I think it's just shame. Annoying. There's a big old license plate in his teeth.
Oh, so there's empathy there on Carter's part.
But for this shark, he's about to feed to the rest of them. I think it's more Mark's thing that one of the sharks.
You know what? Yeah, probably.
They've put a lot of money into those other sharks, and it would be terrible for them to go by choking on a license plate. That'd be an awful waste of a third of $200 million.
What happened to that $50 million super shark license plate?
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
The one from Jaws.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's the director's cut. There was 4 sharks originally, but the license plate They had to go back for reshoots.
Oh, the same thing happened 24 years ago. Damn it, what escaped?
Oh boy.
Man,
Will we ever learn?
Will we ever learn? Fall down to your knees and scream at the sky.
Damn dirty license plate. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So every shark who has that license plate around them dies.
Yeah.
That's a bad omen license plate. Yeah, bad omen license plate.
Wait, and then he hands the license plate to Russell Franklin.
Who also does not survive this film.
Wow.
Oh, who dies terribly.
Should Carter Blake keep hold of that license plate, take it with him for future adventures? He gets out of this film relatively unscathed. Should he take it with him as like a lucky charm? And if he sees a shark, just kind of throw it, and then that shark departs, and the license plate comes back to him. I think that's his rabbit's foot for the rest of his life. If he's got any sense.
I think it's like the Ring tape, where if you watch it, you're gonna die unless you hand it out to somebody else.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, or like It Follows. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Just don't like someone, give them the license plate.
What do you have to do to them with the license plate for it to be like It Follows?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You just give it to them,
Yeah.
and then fate will lead them to the ocean where they'll get chomped by a very smart shark, or just a normie, whatever.
Yeah, and then that normie dies.
And then the license plate gets spat out again, and
So Carter's got to keep on passing it on to somebody.
Yes.
So at the end of the film, so does he give it to Preacher at the end? Because that's the only one around, or does he pass it on to somebody in the rescue boat?
No, he passed it to Russell, and then that's it. Russell doesn't give it to anybody, and he dies.
Right, but then if it's like It Follows, it then comes on to the previous person.
Oh!
I haven't seen It Follows. I've read up on Wikipedia. I think that's what happens.
You know, I tracked the entire movement. Oh, hey, wait. You know this, Zanandi. You wrote about that in your article.
Yeah, I referenced you, yeah.
That's how we first met.
Exactly. So cool. Such a cool story. Tell Joe.
Yeah, I wrote an article about the creature from It Follows. I figured out how far it followed. And some of the producers reached out to me. They said it was almost exact on my data. And one day I got this email with something linking back to my site, and I looked on it, and it was an article that she was writing for Cracked, a really cool article about these people did the math, and included my It Follows data in there. And that's what got me writing for Cracked for a little while. So it was kind of cool that's how we met. It was cool. Based on It Follows.
It Follows.
Excellent.
And it's cool. You should watch the movie, Joe.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
It's on my list. I'll get to it.
It's good.
A lot of films on my list.
It's like this license plate.
Same.
It follows.
Ooh.
I love it. This is great.
Now listen, I want to hear your take on the whole thing about people thinking Deep Blue Sea is like a so bad it's good movie. Like, do you agree with that?
No, it's so good it's good movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed this film. It's very entertaining. Mark and I have talked about this before on a Movies, Films and Flicks, where Jaws is a better film, but I've watched Deep Blue Sea way more times than I've seen Jaws. Just because I find Deep Blue Sea just incredibly entertaining. It's got more fun characters, more just nice and sweet and pleasant moments. And yeah, there's a lot of deaths, but they're not overly serious deaths. They're kind of some fun, like Janice in the elevator shaft is a wonderful scene.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to getting to.
And the kitchen fight.
Oh yes, one of the best kitchen fights.
It's so fun.
One of the best movie
so
birds.
Fun.
I think it's just the narrative that, you know, when something gets started, it's just, oh, it's so bad it's good. And then that narrative just rolls, and that's what everyone says about it. But no, I've been fighting that for years. I mean, this is the year of Deep Blue Sea. It's going to get its honorary Oscar. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to make it happen.
At least one.
Yeah.
And, well, there's not going to be as many films released this year, so it's in with a chance.
It changed your life when you saw it. When you watched it, it was just the best thing that ever happened to you. But listen, I saw firsthand what audiences thought about it. I was working in a theater when this movie was released, and I would go into the theater several times during the film and just listen to people yell and scream and cheer, and just everyone's like, go LL when he starts stabbing the shark. People just embrace this movie, and it made a lot of money despite being surrounded by Sixth Sense and being surrounded by big July and June releases of '99.
99 was a big year for film. That's a huge
That's
year.
the thing. That's what I also think. I think that definitely has something to do with it, because like we had